all. I can't even talk about it because it's like court thing, but it's like it is not peaceful at all. It is not peaceful. I don't even want to like make it into a. It's not peaceful.
A warm welcome to Celebrity Gossip. Please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss the latest updates and hot gossip on the Kardashians and your favorite celebrities. The hip-hop world has been absolutely stunned by explosive new revelations that have just emerged about one of the most contentious and dramatic celebrity divorces in recent memory, and what I am about to share with you will completely change everything you thought you knew about why Cardi B and Offset's legal separation has been dragging on for what feels like an eternity. This is not just another celebrity breakup story, but rather a shocking expose of how financial greed and unreasonable demands can turn what should be a straightforward divorce proceeding into a bitter and prolonged legal battle that has left one of rap's biggest stars absolutely furious and ready to tell the world exactly what has been happening behind closed doors. Cardi B has finally decided to break her silence about the real reasons why her divorce from Offset remains completely unresolved, and her revelations are absolutely mind-blowing in their audacity and selfishness. According to the Bronx rapper, who has always been known for her brutal honesty and willingness to speak truth to power, the delay in finalizing their divorce has nothing to do with second thoughts or reconciliation attempts, but rather stems from what she describes as completely unreasonable demands involving property and taxes that Offset is apparently using as leverage to try to extract as much money and assets as possible from their failed marriage.
Now you got all these bitches that cook for you. Why you still bothering me?
Loving marriage is still worth it.
I think it's worth it.
Well, you get married again?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I will get married again. But not as quick as I got married the last time.
The timing of these revelations is particularly significant because Cardi recently announced that she is expecting a child with NFL player Steffon, a development that should mark the beginning of an exciting new chapter in her personal life. However, instead of being able to fully embrace this new relationship and impending motherhood, she finds herself still legally tied to her ex-husband due to his apparent refusal to cooperate with the divorce proceedings unless his outrageous financial demands are met in full.
Anymore, I think he has like some type of hate in his heart right now, and I don't know how long that's gonna take, because somebody could say it out their mouth, but the action is not. I don't know how long that's gonna take for him, but that's always been my.
Speaking directly to her devoted fan base with the kind of raw emotion and unfiltered honesty that has always defined her public persona, Cardi expressed deep frustration over the entire situation and made it crystal clear that she has absolutely no intention of giving in to what she considers to be nothing short of financial extortion disguised as divorce negotiations. Her willingness to air these private legal matters in public demonstrates just how fed up she has become with the entire process and how determined she is to expose the truth about what has been preventing their divorce from moving forward. According to Cardi's shocking allegations, Offset has been deliberately holding up the legal process by refusing to finalize their divorce unless she agrees to hand over one of her most valuable assets, an entire house, and also agrees to pay his outstanding tax bills, which presumably represent a substantial financial obligation that he apparently believes should become her responsibility simply because they were married. These demands are so outrageous and unreasonable that they border on the absurd, suggesting that Offset is either completely delusional about what he is entitled to in their divorce settlement or is intentionally making impossible demands as a way to prevent the divorce from being finalized at all. The demand that Cardi hand over one of her homes is particularly shocking because it represents not just a request for money, but rather a demand for one of her most significant and personal assets. Real estate holdings are typically among the most valuable and important assets in any divorce proceeding, and the fact that Offset apparently believes he is entitled to receive an entire property from his ex-wife reveals either an incredible sense of entitlement or a complete misunderstanding of how divorce settlements typically work in cases where both parties have independent sources of income and assets. Even more outrageous than the property demand is Offset's apparent expectation that Cardi should take responsibility for paying his outstanding tax bills, which represents a level of financial audacity that is almost impossible to comprehend. Tax obligations are typically considered personal responsibilities that belong to the individual who incurred them, and the idea that someone would expect their ex-spouse to pay their tax debts as part of a divorce settlement suggests either complete financial irresponsibility or a calculated attempt to extract as much money as possible from the divorce proceedings. Cardi's response to these unreasonable demands has been characteristically direct and uncompromising, making it clear that she has absolutely no intention of being taken advantage of or manipulated into giving away her hard-earned assets to satisfy her ex-husband's apparent greed. "I gave 7 good years of my life to that marriage," Cardi declared with the kind of righteous indignation that anyone would feel when being subjected to such outrageous demands, and her words carry the weight of someone who feels that she has already sacrificed enough for a relationship that ultimately did not work out despite her best efforts. This statement from Cardi reveals not only her frustration with the current situation but also her perspective on what she contributed to their marriage during the 7 years they were together. By emphasizing that she gave 7 years of her life to the marriage, she is making it clear that she views this as a significant investment of time, energy, and emotion that should be recognized and respected rather than exploited for additional financial gain during the divorce proceedings. Cardi went on to acknowledge that while their marriage ultimately did not work out despite both of their efforts and intentions, she has successfully moved forward with her personal life and is ready to embrace the next chapter of her journey. This mature and realistic assessment of their failed relationship demonstrates that she is not holding on to anger or resentment about the end of their marriage, but rather is frustrated specifically with Offset's behavior during the divorce proceedings and his apparent attempts to use the legal process as a way to extract money and assets that he has no legitimate claim to. She emphasized with particular clarity that the ongoing delay in finalizing their divorce is absolutely not due to any hesitation or second thoughts on her part, but rather is entirely the result of Offset's unreasonable demands and his refusal to be reasonable or cooperative during what should be a straightforward legal process. This clarification is important because it dispels any notion that Cardi might be secretly hoping for a reconciliation or is having second thoughts about ending their marriage permanently. Meanwhile, Offset's public behavior and statements have only served to make the entire situation more confusing and contradictory. The Migos rapper has been speaking publicly on various podcasts about his apparent disillusionment with the institution of marriage itself, actively telling others not to tie the knot and expressing negative views about committed relationships in general. This public stance creates a bizarre contradiction with his private behavior of refusing to finalize his own divorce, suggesting either that he is not being entirely honest in his public statements or that he is using the divorce proceedings for reasons that have nothing to do with wanting to preserve their marriage. The fact that Offset has been publicly discouraging other people from getting married while simultaneously refusing to sign the divorce papers that would officially end his own marriage creates a level of hypocrisy and contradiction that is almost impossible to understand or justify. If he truly believes that marriage is a mistake and that people should avoid it, then logic would suggest that he would be eager to end his own marriage as quickly and efficiently as possible rather than dragging out the process with unreasonable demands and refusal to cooperate. Despite his public comments about marriage and his apparent eagerness to discourage others from making the same commitment that he made to Cardi, Offset has yet to sign the divorce papers that would officially and legally end their relationship once and for all. This refusal to take the simple step of signing the necessary legal documents suggests that his public statements about marriage may not reflect his true feelings or motivations, and that he may be using the divorce proceedings as a way to maintain some level of control or connection to Cardi even though their romantic relationship is clearly over. Cardi has also channeled her frustration and experiences with this difficult divorce process into her artistic work, using her music as a way to process and express her emotions about everything she has been going through during this challenging period of her life. Her highly anticipated upcoming album Am I the Drama? Includes a particularly revealing track called Man of Your Word, which she has indicated reflects her personal experiences during their marriage and presumably addresses some of the issues and disappointments that ultimately led to their separation. The decision to address aspects of her relationship with Offset through her music represents both an artistic choice and a therapeutic outlet that allows Cardi to take control of her own narrative while also creating content that will likely resonate with many listeners who have experienced similar relationship challenges and disappointments. By turning her personal pain and frustration into artistic expression, she is able to transform negative experiences into something potentially positive and meaningful for both herself and her fans. The album has already achieved remarkable commercial success, breaking records for its rapid sales performance and demonstrating that Cardi's fanbase remains incredibly supportive and eager to hear her perspective on the various challenges and experiences that have shaped her life over the past few years. The strong performance of the album suggests that listeners are hungry for authentic and honest artistic expression from their favorite artists, particularly when that expression addresses real-life struggles and experiences that many people can relate to in their own lives. Since confirming their relationship, Cardi and Steffon have made numerous public appearances together, suggesting that this is not just a casual fling or a publicity stunt, but rather a genuine romantic connection that both parties are taking seriously despite the complicated circumstances. Their public appearances have included everything from casual outings to more formal events, showing that they are comfortable being seen together and are not trying to hide their relationship from the public eye. Last week, Steffon demonstrated his commitment to supporting Cardi's career and celebrating her achievements when he surprised her with an incredibly romantic and elaborate gesture that immediately went viral across social media platforms. Diggs celebrated the release of Cardi's highly anticipated sophomore album, Am I the Drama?, by surprising her with a truck full of roses in New York City, creating a visual spectacle that perfectly captured the attention of photographers and fans while showing his appreciation for her artistic accomplishments. This gesture was particularly significant because it showed that Steffon is not only supportive of Cardi as a romantic partner but also as an artist and businesswoman. The timing of the surprise, which coincided with her album release, demonstrated his understanding of how important this moment was for her career and his desire to be part of celebrating her success rather than competing with it or feeling threatened by her professional achievements. The album release itself represents a major milestone in Cardi's career, as Am I the Drama? Marks her sophomore effort and her first full-length album in over 7 years since the release of her critically acclaimed and commercially successful debut project, Invasion of Privacy. The long gap between albums has created enormous anticipation and pressure, as fans and critics alike have been eagerly waiting to see how Cardi would follow up her phenomenally successful debut. The response to Am I the Drama? Has been overwhelmingly positive, with fans praising both the musical quality and the emotional honesty that Cardi has brought to this new collection of songs. Many of the tracks appear to address her personal experiences, including her relationship struggles, her growth as an artist and person, and her perspective on the various controversies and challenges that she has faced over the past several years. Fans have been expressing their love and appreciation for the new album across social media platforms, creating a wave of positive feedback that has clearly touched Cardi deeply and validated her decision to take her time crafting this project rather than rushing to release something that might not have lived up to expectations or properly represented her artistic evolution. The passionate response from her fan base prompted Cardi to share an emotional and heartfelt video message with her followers, expressing her gratitude and revealing just how much their support means to her both personally and professionally. What I'm most grateful about is how good people are receiving my music, Cardi told her fans in the video, and the genuine emotion in her voice made it clear that their positive response had exceeded even her own hopes and expectations. She continued by acknowledging the countless compliments and positive messages that she had been receiving, saying, I have seen so many beautiful compliments, and that means so much to me coming from you guys. Because I put a lot of work in this album and I've had a lot of feelings doing this album. This statement reveals the deeply personal nature of the creative process that went into making Am I the Drama? And suggests that many of the songs deal with the emotional experiences and challenges that she has faced during this tumultuous period of her life. Cardi went on to explain just how overwhelming and gratifying the positive response has been, to the point where she is having difficulty deciding which direction to take her promotional efforts next. For you guys to be saying all these beautiful things. It's getting to the point that I don't even know which song I should do a music video to next. Because you guys have been receiving it so well, she shared, revealing that the success of the album has created the enviable problem of having too many potential hit songs to choose from for her next music video project. The emotional impact of her fans' support was evident throughout her video message, as she repeatedly emphasized how much their positive feedback means to her and how good it feels to know that her artistic efforts have resonated with the people who matter most to her. And that stuff means so much to me. Thank you so much. That stuff really feels so good, she concluded, showing a vulnerable and appreciative side that demonstrates her genuine connection to her fanbase and her deep appreciation for their continued loyalty and support. This outpouring of gratitude from Cardi also highlights the pressure and uncertainty that artists face when releasing new material, particularly when there has been a significant gap between projects and enormous expectations for the follow-up to a successful debut album. The fact that Am I the Drama? Has been so well received must come as an enormous relief and validation for Cardi, confirming that she has not lost her artistic edge or her connection to her audience during the years between album releases. The success of the album also provides Cardi with a positive focus and a source of professional satisfaction during what has undoubtedly been a challenging and emotionally draining period in her personal life. Having something to celebrate and be proud of in her career can serve as a counterbalance to the stress and negativity associated with her divorce proceedings and the public scrutiny of her new relationship. Looking at the bigger picture, Cardi's cooking video and marriage joke, while seemingly trivial, actually reveal quite a bit about her current state of mind and her approach to handling the complex intersection of her personal and public life. Her willingness to make lighthearted comments about marriage while still legally married to someone else suggests either a casual attitude toward the seriousness of marriage as an institution or a coping mechanism that helps her deal with the stress and uncertainty of her current situation. The mixed reaction from fans also demonstrates the challenges that celebrities face when trying to balance authenticity and relatability with the expectations and judgments of their audience. Cardi has built her brand on being unfiltered and genuine, but that same authenticity that endears her to many fans also creates opportunities for criticism when her comments or actions do not align with what some people consider appropriate or responsible behavior. The relationship with Steffon Diggs continues to be a source of fascination and controversy, as fans try to determine whether this new romance represents a genuine fresh start for Cardi or simply another chapter in the ongoing drama that seems to follow her personal relationships. The fact that Steffon has been so publicly supportive of her career and willing to make grand romantic gestures suggests that he is serious about their relationship, but only time will tell whether they can build something lasting amid all the external pressure and scrutiny. As Cardi continues to navigate her divorce proceedings, promote her new album, and develop her relationship with Steffon Diggs, she will undoubtedly face continued public interest and criticism regarding her choices and priorities. Her ability to maintain her sense of humor and authenticity while dealing with these multiple pressures will likely determine not only the success of her various endeavors but also her long-term happiness and well-being. The cooking video and marriage comment may seem like a small moment in the grand scheme of Cardi's life and career, but they serve as a perfect example of how even the most casual social media posts can become significant cultural moments when you are a celebrity of her stature and influence. Every word, gesture, and expression becomes subject to analysis and interpretation, making it increasingly difficult for public figures to maintain any sense of privacy or spontaneity in their personal lives. That concludes today's deep dive into Cardi B's viral cooking video and the marriage comment that has everyone talking about her relationship with Steffon Diggs. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed our analysis of this latest celebrity controversy, subscribe for more exclusive entertainment content and breaking celebrity news, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest updates about your favorite stars and the biggest stories in hip-hop and entertainment. What do you think about Cardi's marriage joke while she's still technically married to Offset? Do you believe her relationship with Steffon Diggs is the real deal or just a rebound? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we will see you in the next video with even more celebrity drama and exclusive behind-the-scenes revelations.